Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I talk about things related to shamanism and spirituality. So in today's video, I'm going to explain what a soul retrieval is and why it is important for your well-being. So soul retrieval is a shamanic practice that aims to reconnect your main consciousness with your physical body. Sometimes you may not be aware that your consciousness is wandering in the crossworld, which are other dimensions or realms. Sometimes when this happens, your consciousness becomes misaligned with your physical body, where you are not living your full potential. So here are some of the signs that your consciousness or your spirit is in the crossworld. Most of the common signs that your spirit is wandering in the crossworld are feeling stuck or unable to progress in your life. So you may find yourself stuck in life in a certain stage, so you can't really push further. Maybe if it's your career, maybe a next step in your relationship, maybe you want to get married, but you just find yourself stuck, unable to move forward, and you can't really find apparent reason for that. And then another thing is being restless and unable to focus or finish anything. So you may find yourself, you can't focus on just one subject, you just here and there, you're not settled. So this is because your consciousness is not aligned properly with your physical body, it's not aligned properly with the physical realm. And then another thing is also like you find yourself switching between jobs or relationship. You just do this job and then 3 months later you're looking for another job, or you get fired and then you keep on looking for another job, and then after that you jump from one job to another. And the same thing might be in relationship. Maybe if it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you jump from one relationship to another without any good reason. Another thing is you might also be starting a project and then you reach a halfway, you abandon the whole project, then you try to find another project and you keep on leaving that project halfway. So these are the things that in a physical world, because your soul is not aligned properly, you're not aligned properly with your main purpose, you're not aligning properly with your purpose of being here on planet Earth, because the soul is the one that has all the memories. The soul is the one that it carries all the information about your life and all the energies. So if it's not attached properly, then these things happen. And sometimes you might have like suicidal thoughts or intentions. This also is one of the manifestation. It's not always the case, but it can be the case. And sometimes you might feel, a sense of foreign. You don't feel as if you belong here. You feel like, this is not my place, this is not my world. You just don't feel that sense of being home or belonging. Again, this is because you're not really integrated 100% in your physical life. And maybe the last one is also, you might find yourself being absent-minded, the lack of being focused, the lack of staying focused on one subject. You just find yourself, your mind wandering all the time. So if you experience any of these symptoms, you may benefit from a soul retrieval session with a qualified shaman. A shaman is someone who can travel between worlds and communicate with different spiritual beings. And in this case, they can also try to locate where your spirit is, where it has focused most of its energy. Sometimes it might also be that like some parasitic entities that are sucking out your energy, and then as a result, that's why you feel these things. So when you go in a session and you do a soul retrieval, these things can display, and then a shaman is going to be able to remove these entities. It can be able to align your spirit with your physical body. I'm going to talk about the reasons why your soul may be detached in your body. First is the process of entering this world. So at the time when you're coming to this world, there's a lot of intricate and complex process as a soul enters into this physical world. It's not just a person just born here, but in the spiritual world, there's a lot of complexities as a person enters into the physical world. Sometimes they might face a lot of difficulties and challenges. As a result, they only attach, or they only dock a little portion of their consciousness into the physical world, leaving the rest of it in the spiritual realm. So when this happens, that's why it manifests the way it manifests, because the soul is not 100% integrated in this world. There's also another reason that as a person grows up, they face difficulties. A person is not welcomed properly to the physical world, then they kind of tend to retrieve, they pull back. And when they pull back, so they're not really going back to the origin of their soul, they're only pulling back a little bit, where there's like a lot of other entities and a lot of other worlds where they may find comfort in this other ether world more than the physical world. When this happens, then person's spirit becomes shattered. So then their main focus is on the ether world instead of the physical world realm. So most of the time, a lot of people will experience traumatic experience during their childhood. This can be the case, and then whenever anything happens, they retrieve back into these etheric realms. Another reason is maybe sometimes in life a person has experienced like a severe traumatic experience, and for this reason they withdraw from the social life, they withdraw from the physical world, consciously or subconsciously. And then, as a result, they just don't want anything to do with the physical world. And then they find themselves seeking something more than what is the physical. They isolate themselves from the social activities, and it might also result into drug abuse, alcohol, isolation, and other harmful behaviors. The last reason is sometimes maybe it is how it's supposed to be. Sometimes you may try to dive into the spiritual realm and realize that, this person's mission is just supposed to be this way. They're supposed to have their spirit halfway to the body because of many reasons, really. Because sometimes they're still supposed to be connected to the spirit realm so that they can bring messages to the physical world. And sometimes they are supposed to be attached halfway so that they can bridge the gap between the spirit realm and the physical realm. So shaman should be able to see this situation during a session. So basically that's what Soul Retrieval is all about. And then basically, if you find yourself in a situation like this, feel free to contact me. Feel free to find a shaman that you're comfortable with, and they'll do a session for you and help you. And that's all for now. Thank you.